up? What up? It's your life coach and mentor, Jonathan Belcher. Feeling real good this morning. This is something that I really want to get off my chest from the other day, but I had to do another video for you, so that kind of got in the way, but it was a perfect segue into what I'm talking about here. I think in the last video I did, we spoke about, what did we speak about in the last video? Oh, signs that you will be successful, right? And if you notice, the signs that you will be successful, the signs that I shared in that video, they weren't really what you would normally expect. Like, signs your dreams are coming true. You know, when you think about signs your dreams are coming true, you probably think about seeing millions of dollars in your bank account, maybe a new mansion you're able to buy, a new sports car you're able to buy, maybe you hit a new milestone in income. But if you notice in that previous video, I didn't really touch on those things, right? I touched on things that really money can't buy, that is what's really required for your dreams to come true. You know, one of the unfortunate things about success and just life in general is that people just tend to just see results and they just think, it's a walk in the park. You know, they see somebody living a great lifestyle they want to live, they see somebody living a great dream, and most people, they just glorify the results so much. They glorify what that person has so much. And they're not that interested in what it took to get there. You know, they're not that interested in how this person may be thinking on a daily basis. You know, most people aren't that interested in how very successful people behave. And that's an unfortunate thing when it comes to really accomplishing your dreams and shocking yourself and really hitting your maximum potential in life. But before we go into the rest of this video, and I'm not going to talk too long in this video. Normally, you know, I could be real long-winded, but my point is pretty straightforward, and it's not going to take too long for me to explain it to you and break it down to you in this video. But we're going to do our daily affirmation. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money comes to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. So, growing pains are normal. Growing pains are normal. If you're actively pursuing success, if you're actively pursuing something, especially where the success that you want may scare you a little bit, I want you to know that growing pains are normal, and that's not a reason to give up. Growing pains aren't a reason to get depressed, although it can lead to that if you're not careful in your perspective. But growing pains are normal when it comes to you trying to transition, you trying to experience a breakthrough, you trying to emerge better than ever before. All of that, you're going to experience growing pains. It's going to be a normal thing. It's going to come with it. So you might as well just say, you know what, growing pains, I embrace you, because I know I got to have growing pains in order to reach new levels. You ever heard the saying, you know, people say, only the strong survive, right? Only the strong survive. And something tells me that when they say only the strong survive, they don't mean necessarily like physical strength, right? They don't mean necessarily like you being strong, like being able to lift things and you being able to do, you know, like Superman things. They don't mean like that. When people say only the strong survive, they're really talking about a mentality. They're really talking about a way of thought, the way of you think, you know, and that's really in any field, any industry. Only the strong survive. The cream rises to the top. So, in order for you to rise to the top from where you are now, you have to expect that some type of pain is going to be experienced. But that pain is not in vain. And the pain can be you experiencing something you may not like doing to get to another level, right? So you may be experiencing going through a stepping stone right now in your life. And you may not like the stepping stone and what that comes with, but you may need to step on that stepping stone to get to the next level, right? So that can be an example of a growing pain. Another example of growing pain is you learning something completely new, some foreign language, some foreign information to you, something that wasn't necessarily information that you had before. That you can experience growing pain because maybe your beliefs are being challenged. And that's one thing about entrepreneurship that is going to do for a lot of people is when you talk about being an entrepreneur and bossing up and really reaching your full potential, a lot of your beliefs that you probably had, the limiting beliefs that you probably had up until this point are going to be challenged. And it has to be challenged because you got to break out of those limiting beliefs to reach the next level. Does that make sense? If that's making sense, if what I'm saying so far in this video is making sense, drop a comment below. Say, John, I'm on track with you, brother. Drop a comment. Say, John, I'm on track with you, brother. Right? So growing pains are part of the process. Another example of growing pains could be going to the gym, experiencing a new diet, experiencing a better health. That comes with growing pains. You go to the gym, you know how much it hurts. You know how much it burns to build new muscle. You know how much it hurts to burn fat. Every single thing that you can think of where it involves you becoming a better person, where it involves you becoming a better entrepreneur. Every single thing you can think about is going to come with some type of growing pains. Another example of growing pains is growing spiritually, mentally, and growing from the inside. And this, to me, this is the most important growth you will ever experience trying to accomplish any type of success. And I have the reason why I know it's from the inside, the growth on the inside is the most important, is because if you talk to very successful people, right? And that's what I'm doing, to be real with you. I emulate and I focus on very successful people who are in positions where I want to be, right? There are people right now who are multimillionaires, and that's the position that I want to be in. So I study them and I emulate them, and I try to learn how they behave. I try to learn how they think. And every last one of them, I kid you not. You know, you could go from Jay-Z to Warren Buffett to the Elon Musks to the P. Diddy's to the 50 Cents to the Oprahs. You know, any of these very, very successful people in the world, right? Anybody, right? Even if they're not famous, that doesn't even matter. But the point is, you're going to realize that they all experience growing pains on their journey. And many people shy away from that growing pain. Many people run away from the growing pain because we're taught to run away from pain and run to a place of pleasure, right? That's what we're taught. Our nature is to run away from pain and run to a place of pleasure. But in the realm of becoming better, in the realm of getting better, in the realm of developing yourself and improving as an entrepreneur, as a human being, as a family member, whatever the case may be, it's gonna take, it's like you're transforming, right? And transforming can be painful. And a lot of people don't want to admit that. I got a question for you. You know, let's just be real for a second. And you know, you can answer this question for yourself or answer it in the comments. It's up to you. But do most people's dream, like I always tell people in business, especially if you're doing something new, no matter what business you're in, if you want to be successful in it, make sure to at least give it your all and dive in for at least 90 days. I always tell people that. Give it your all, go hard for at least 90 days, right? Just keep going, stay consistent, whether or not you get results in those 90 days. Show up and be the best you can be. And the reason why is because not because most people's dreams happen in 90 days. Let's just be real. Do most people's dreams happen in 90 days? No. Do most people's dreams get accomplished in a year? No. Just being real. Do most people's dreams get accomplished in 2 years? No, they don't. If you look at statistics and you study people who are really successful today, and you study their track record, you're going to see that most people aren't successful within even 3 years. They aren't at their dream level of success they've wanted. So it was a journey, right? It was a journey of consistent adjusting, learning, getting better, improving, self-reflecting, self-evaluation. It's a constant continuum of constant growth. It's not about waking up tomorrow morning and just being a millionaire, $1 million just drop into your bank account. We know that's not going to happen. It's about you. This is what it's about. And this is something I'm learning, right? It's about you just getting 1% better each and every day. That's it. That should be really your only focus, is you getting 1% better in the field you're in the life path you're choosing, and the life path you're on. It's all about just getting 1% better each and every day. Drop a comment below. Say, John, I'm getting 1% better each and every day. And please give me a thumbs up. Like this video if you like the content that I'm sharing with you so far. I would really appreciate your likes. And also, a brother's trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers, so I need your help. Please share this video with 5 friends or family, or anybody you know out there who will need this content and this information, right? So growing pains, Some people get motivated by growing pains. Most people are discouraged by growing pains. And those people who are motivated by growing pains, they be crushing it because they've understood this whole thing of being disciplined. They've understood the power of repetition. They've understood the power and trust in the process. That's why most people the people who are successful, this is why, because their perspective on these things are very different than the average person's perspectives. Most people aren't willing to wait 2 to 3 years for their dreams to unfold. You know, most people just want instant gratification. They're like, yo, 90 days, if I ain't rich yet, if I can't buy the mansion yet, well, this isn't for me. This isn't the path for me. But if you look statistically, most people never accomplish their dreams in 90 days. You know what I mean? So it would be foolish to think that I'm not saying anything is impossible. Anything is possible. Even the word impossible says I'm possible. You're possible. Every dream you have in your heart can happen. The greater self that you see yourself becoming, it can happen. In fact, right now, you're transforming right now because you're watching this video. Right now, you're watching this video, listening to the sound of my voice. You got to be transitioning. You got to be getting better. You got to be on a path to greatness because you wouldn't be here right now. It wouldn't make no sense for you to be here. So, I can tell you in my journey from personal experience, man, growing pains are something that's very hard to deal with. It's something that you're going to have to become accustomed to. You're going to have to get comfortable with it. You're going to have to make it a part of you and a part of the process. And you ever heard the saying, I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but reaching new levels come with new devils, right? So what that means is that for every new level you're trying to reach in life, it's going to come with some type of opposition. And that's the growing pain, right? That's an example of it is the growing pain. It's going to come with some type of struggle. But the struggle is not meant to break you down. The struggle is not meant to tear you down. The struggle is really meant to build you up. You know, you go to the gym today, and let's say you've never been in a gym in the last 10 years, right? And you go to lift up, let's say, the 40-pound dumbbell. You've never been in the gym in the last 10 years. You haven't lifted weights in a long time. Let's just say, for example. Well, if you just jump directly to the 40-pound dumbbell and you try to lift that, it's going to be very hard for you to lift, most likely, because your muscle hasn't been trained to lift that amount of weight. So that's what most people, they look at the guy doing the 40-pound curls, they look at the guy or the woman doing 100-pound curls, and they glorify that. Oh man, I love what they're doing. They're so successful. How do they do that? How do they get their body so strong? But that person knows that they weren't always at the 40-pound, 50-pound, 100-pound dumbbell level. They know in their heart that they started off at the 5-pound to 10-pound to 20-pound to 15-pound. And they worked their way up. They experienced growing pains from the 10, 15 pounds all the way up to the 40, 50 pounds, all the way up to the 100 pounds. They experienced growing pains to even get their muscles strong enough to be willing to withstand the 40 pounds. What can the 40 pounds be related to in real life? The 40 pounds could be your expenses. It could be your lifestyle. It can be what's required for you to live happily. That's what the 40 pounds is representative when I speak of this metaphorically in the sense of a gym and working out. You know what I'm saying? The 40 pound, yeah. So understand that to whoever much is given, much is tested. So that person who has all this great stuff, they live in a great lifestyle you want to live, yes, that's all possible for you. It's all possible for you. It's all attainable. It's all in reach. It's all just with a little faith. It's all, you can have it all. But the unfortunate thing is most people aren't willing to change. Most people aren't willing to change. Most people want to, watch their favorite TV shows every day, all day, Most people just want to have fun every day, all day. But you got to be willing to sacrifice something, But we're not even going to go into that. But let's stay on track with growing pains. I want you to know that growing pains are normal. It's a part of the journey of wherever you're going, especially if you're actively going there. The more you're actively pursuing to go somewhere, you're going to experience more growing pains because you're putting in so much seeds. You're planting so much seeds that the return is gonna be an adjustment. You're gonna be getting feedback, and that feedback is gonna tell you what to do next. So every time you do the next thing, you get better and you improve. Every time you do it better. But it's not about making everything so hard and complicated in your life and business. It's not about making everything some rocket science thing. No, it's about getting extremely good at the basics. The basics in thought, the basics in the action steps you got to take. That's what it's about. Getting really, really good at the basics. You want to know what Kung Fu Masters, and this is going to be the last thing I share before I go out, because, you know, I could go on for a long time. I get too long-winded sometimes with these videos. Like this video. I appreciate it if you like this video, right? But you know what Kung Fu Masters always say. One thing that Kung Fu Masters always say, you know, these are people who are powerful. They could punch with great strength. You know, people who could break bricks. And a lot of it is mental. A lot of it is mental. And they always say, Kung Fu Masters say, I don't fear the man who has practiced 10,000 different ways to punch. I fear the man who has practiced the same way to punch 10,000 times. 10,000 times. In other words, if you can do one thing really, 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 really well, really, 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 really well, really, really, really well, and you focus on that one thing, and you master that one thing, and you keep taking action on that one thing, you stay disciplined on it, your strategy, you know, however you implement getting the results you want. The Kung Fu Master says they are afraid of the master who knows how to do that one thing, not the person who knows how to do 100 million different things. They're afraid of the master who knows how to do that one thing really well. So my question is to you for the end of this video is, do you just want to be mediocre, or do you want to be a master? And the reason why I asked is because I'm looking for people to develop and help and teach. And also people who want to teach other people as well, to be a part of a team, you know. And I'm looking for people we could develop as masters, help them become masters in thought, masters in action taking, masters in manifesting the life you truly want. You know, we're understanding that the growing pains are part of a journey, and you're gonna get better. You're gonna feel great about you getting better. And in that, just you getting 1% better each and every day is all that's needed for you to make your dreams to come true. It's all that's needed for you to have that breakthrough you've ever been looking for. So check out my music. You can check out the link below. I got new music that I recorded a couple months ago. It's a dope song called All State. A lot of people like that song. You can also check out my blog for, you know, some great insights, some great teachings, and just writings on various things having to do with success, having to do with self-help and development. That's workwithjohnbelcher.com. You can check all of that stuff out below. Yeah, but the music is definitely there. Don't kill me. There's profanity in my music. You know, fair warning for those of you who do like music and like to listen to music. There's profanity in it, but it's not nothing crazy. No, you know, like evil content or anything like that. Good music to enjoy, listen to, give me your feedback on, as well as the blogs, you know, and of course training courses to help people. So gradually, all of it is coming together more and more and more. The 300 to Freedom website has been completed from last year, 9/11. So the whole movement is at play, but even in doing what I'm doing and what I've been working on to impact more people, I've been experiencing growing pains, you know, and that's what really inspired this video today. So I want you to know, if you're experiencing growing pains, it's very normal. It's not, you're not weird for maybe feeling discouraged. You're not weird for maybe not knowing exactly what to do next. You're not weird or incapable just because you're experiencing growing pains, all right? This is your boy, Jonathan Belcher. Without any further ado, I'm going to see you at the top. Peace.